Nate here with Murray Farm and Ranch on a cool fall day that feels a little more like winter than it does fall. We're going to continue our series on good cold weather comfort foods, and what better way to do that than with some homemade chili. I'm going to share my recipe with you guys today. It's very simple and it can be made with any kind of meat that you choose. I've prepared this with elk meat, deer meat, moose, beef. Today we will be using 2 pounds of elk meat. So the way that we're going to start this is we are going to sweat some onions. The way that we're going to sweat some onions and jalapeños. We've got a nice large onion and 2 jalapeños chopped up. We have gotten away from vegetable oils, soybean oil, sunflower oil, that kind of thing. We use bacon lard. So we're going to take a nice little scoop of lard and we're going to put that in our stock pot. We're going to let that heat up to about a medium heat. So we're going to go ahead and add in our aromatics, which in this case is going to be our white onion, 1 large white onion, and some jalapeno. We've got our onions sweating. Sam, are you excited about making chili?
Yeah, I'm making chili right now.
We're making chili right now. What?
I eat chili.
Chili, yeah. Yeah, you gotta eat it. It's gonna be good, huh?
Yeah.
So I like to brown my meat when I'm making chili. So once my onions have nice and sweated, they've got a good color to them, I'm going to add 2 pounds of the meat of my choice. Like I said, this is elk meat, but you can use honestly anything. So we're going to add this in. The meat, we're browning this meat up. We're doing that over a medium heat. We don't want to cook it too fast. We don't want to get super aggressive with it. You just want to kind of gently stir it every so and again and make sure that the meat is browned on all sides. That typically takes about somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. So our meat's getting a brownish color to it. Still a little bit of pink in there, so we're gonna let it go for a couple of more minutes. Sam cannot wait to put in our nice ingredients. So I'm gonna go over that right quick. So while we're waiting, we're gonna have some diced tomatoes. I do like beans in my chili. So we're gonna put 1 can of pintos, 1 can of black beans, a can of rotel, and a secret ingredient, some chipotles and adobo sauce. And then we'll discuss our seasonings here in just a moment. Let's get another look at our meat. It's looking great. Another minute or 2 and we'll be ready to go. So we're going to start adding in our other ingredients. Sam is going to help me with that. So Sam, are you ready to pour some stuff in here? All right. All right, come over here and pour this one first. So Sam's going to pour in our can of diced tomatoes. This is a large can, a 28-ounce can. Good job. So we've got our can of tomatoes. Next is going to be our black beans. Sam's doing it all by himself. Okay. Next is going to be our pinto beans. We're going to do a can of rotel.
All by myself.
Okay. And the final secret ingredient, chipotles and adobo sauce. Okay, so this is the consistency of our chili right now. It's pretty thick right now. It is going to make some of its own water as it starts to cook down. But since we have not added our seasonings yet, I'm going to go ahead and add 16 ounces of water to it to allow that to kind of all mesh together, and that'll give us some liquid to cook down. After adding our 16 ounces of water, we've got much better consistency as far as liquid goes, and that'll allow us to have some fluid to cook down. So now it's going to be time to add our chili seasonings. And Sam's right there, that's right. So we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings at this point. And I want to show you guys what we're working with and kind of tell you how I do things. So you of course are going to need your chili powder. We're going to start with a half cup of chili powder. We'll adjust that at the end based on how it tastes. We're going to do some paprika. We're going to do about a teaspoon to start with, and we may adjust that as well. About a tablespoon of ground cumin. We're going to start with about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then we also have 3 garlic cloves that have been crushed and minced. So this is going to be our starting point. After this chili has cooked down for a couple of hours, we'll give it a taste, and we may adjust things just a little bit. I don't want to put too much seasoning at once. You cannot take seasoning back, but you can always add a little bit more later. So I'm going to let Sam go ahead and pour these in. Alright, so we just added all of our seasoning in all at once. I'm telling you what, if you could smell this, you'd be knocking down my door to get here for dinner. It smells good, doesn't it, Sam? You want to eat that? Me too.
Me too.
And we're going to, buddy.
Okay.
Alright, so now our chili's got that deep, rich color. We're going to let this simmer for a couple of hours. I'm going to put a lid on it and let it simmer. Sam, what do you think about that? You want to eat that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like the smell of it?
Yeah.
Does it smell good?
Yeah.
Alright, so I've had this chili on for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's been simmering just on a super low heat. It's looking and smelling delicious. It's cooked down a little bit. We're going to let it go for another 30 or 40 minutes. It's going to make a delicious, warm, savory meal on this cold day.